Let's see if this works. Alright, it is working. It is crazy cropping this though, so even though I put in my slides at the size that I was hoping, it's still being crazy. Anyway, sorry for you guys who just jumped back on. Funny, no doubt, but we're doing some funny things here today. That's my best way of saying it. So sorry for those who jumped on and were like, oh, this is so fun, and then suddenly the video just died. Don't feel bad. I ended up deleting that. We are re-streaming. I don't start till 9 p.m. So don't feel bad. If you did check it out, we're actually going to be running through Instagram on OBS. So if you were wanting to check this out at 9 p.m. If you were wanting to check out early, I am doing a video game intro for that. I'm going to be doing some vintage games. You know, talking and typing, I have to give props to these like people who do this on a normal basis. I can't do it. Like I try to talk. I try to, you know, it's really tough to talk and type at the same time. I've tried to do it, and it's just not possible. I'm sending it out to those people who might find it interesting that I'm playing video games. If you are jumping in live, just bear in mind that there is a, this is my new hold room, and yeah, so I'm actually going to be doing some funny things here. I know you're only hearing my voice here, so I'm going to just add a little bit of fun to the mix here. So we're gonna bring my head in here. All right, I mean that looks so much better. I love seeing a digital representation of me on here. So we're gonna just put me in the middle, you know. Or you know what? Who cares? Nobody actually uses this spot on Mario anyways. Like anybody who's paying attention to it is just not that good anyways. So all right, totally wasted this one. You know, nobody uses that. Like, why do you need an extra coin? There's like coins everywhere. So I'm gonna just go ahead and collect my one up, you know. For those of you guys who are good at Super Mario World, I am playing on a Switch controller, which is really weird because the controller is switched. See, look, like in a normal SNES controller, that would not have happened. But, you know, it's okay. I don't need to bother my time with him. He's not worth it. And then I'm so, like, raw with this, I'm not even remembering where I'm supposed to go to get this stuff. To get the secret world. That's how rough it is right now. I'm just, you know, I need some help. Let's see, who's jumped on the stream here? I saw Katie here a second ago. Hopefully she comes back here. We are live for those guys who are checking out. I see we got 3 so far. This is our new holding room, so we're going to be just doing this while we wait to go live at 9. Today is actually going to be really fun because we are going to be talking about, oh, come on, talking video games at the same time. I am no DGR here, but I am trying. So you're like, the 10 coins up there, so we're going. No, but I give props to people like DGR and other streamers who do vintage Nintendo and they talk at the same time. I just can't fathom it. It's complicated. Tell me how the stream is doing, though. I mean, this is, again, the first time I've brought in a video game here into the mix, along with an emoji. Tell me if the audio is junk right now, if you're like, dude, I'm running into problems. If I get 50 people watching this, I'll explain what the heck if my audio is going wrong. Keep going for the secret tunnel. I know, it's one of those. See, and here's the thing, like, you're supposed to grab those blocks, and, you know, I'm not doing that. Don't forget the vine. We got it. So yes, we will be covering Yellow Duck here, both the pros and cons. Currently, I am live streaming it to Instagram, but I will not give you out that because, you know, APIs. We'll go into detail basically why Instagram, it's a iffy proposition. There's a lot of things to keep in mind, and, you know, again, I think in the end of the day, if you've got the equipment, you can make it happen. but you have to really kind of think about what you're trying to make happen. And I'll explain that in a little bit. I can't get ahead of myself here. See, look at this. We're gonna make him. Oh, come on. All right, fine. I will go for 25. Let's just say that's my age. Oh man, I'm kind of sad. Alright, sorry, typing and talking, it's not my thing, you know, it's whatever it is. We're gonna see how far we can go. Maybe, you know, again, this will just be a thing. If you like what I'm doing here, like as a kind of a lobby type scenario, push me a like on this, because I kind of find it hilarious to play video games before I talk about live streaming, because I mean, really, you know, this is before live streaming was even a thing. Like, live stream was watching CNN. Like, during this time, and you're like, dude, they have people talking in different parts of the world. It was new stuff. It was scary. A lot of the world was terrified by it. Alright, let's waste this one. Great. That coin's going nowhere. Just like my stimulus. Alright, here we go. Jumping onto the mysterious platforms. It's like going through 2012, right? 2020 right now. Just trying to figure out life. Can't see below me. Oh, just about died there, but no, I was saved by the safety net. If these jokes are out of taste, please let me know. There we go. See, there we go. See, that's, you know. Oh, great. Perfect, so... You know, can we discuss, like, essentially inhumane treatment of Yoshi? Like, he's punching him in the head to make him, like, eat stuff. Like, this is definitely not ethical treatment of animals here. But I digress. I think there's a reason why they, you know, Super Mario Odyssey just went in the head of Yoshi rather than, you know, trying to domineer Yoshi. Alright, we are moving along here. I see someone say, hi, John. I cannot see you more, so I'm going to hop over to Facebook and hopefully I can track you down. Let's see. Did I catch who that person is? We're hopping in. Multitasking with video games and emojis and all this stuff. There's just a lot of stuff going on right now. Don't even ask me to bring in the chat window. You know, let's try and bring in the chat window. I feel like it might be easier for me to... There we go. There we go. Now you can see the chat. I love it. So we are live here. And I'm trying to hop in here to just take a look at what people are saying here. I hate this level for many reasons, like this. Like, I'm losing... Yoshi just drowned, guys. That's not supposed to happen. And it's like, again, I go to try and multitask here for you guys, and then everything just breaks apart. But it's okay, I got more fire to shoot into the water. We're going live in 3 minutes. 3 more minutes. You know what? I'm gonna just do... Goodness, I almost bit it again. I'm gonna go ahead and jump us to the second one, which basically just gives us a cute little countdown and more junk to look at. So that's fun. Okay, so, you know, can we talk about this? Like, why is this... Like, I should be able to roast this guy. He's not impervious. Like, I guarantee cactuses don't survive fire here. So, let's just talk about how... Oh, come on. Yeah, you're supposed to keep on to Yoshi, and then you can eat these things, and, you know, they don't give you Yoshi. Go figure. Alright, we got... I'll give you guys the timer here. It is 4 minutes and 30 seconds left until we are going live here. And we'll start talking about some crazy stuff. If you guys get... Thank you, Aaron. Yes, I agree. Being able to have Mario on here and an emoji is awesome. You know, again, order of operations, guys. Order of operations. We're just not... You know, I never felt so embarrassed about my video game skills until now, but here we are, feeling embarrassed. Goodness, I am struggling, ladies and gentlemen. We are just struggling here. And you know what it is? I'm gonna place blame on the Nintendo Switch controller for Super Mario Brothers. You know, it just does things that are weird. I even got less points here. Before I got 25, now we're down to less. Oh, this is so funky. Alright, I don't see... Do you guys enjoy the chat features that I'm trying to do here? If not, please let me know. We're going for one more round. We got 3 minutes. Let's see if we can finish this castle out. Well, there just went 10 seconds there. Great. Oh, it's this part. Goodness. I love how it's like all he can do is punch. Like he's been throwing fire before. So, yeah, that doesn't make sense. But we're going to just knock out these people. Nintendo's always really good at letting people get ready for certain moments by just, again, they just prepare you for what's coming up by showing you ahead of time the options you got. But you know what, again, I've got 2 minutes here. I'm trying to rush. Oh, and I totally made a bad move there. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm just gonna hide here. Let's be honest. It's like baking bread right now. We're inside of a chef's place. I know I'm not supposed to do this, but we're gonna just push through. This next one, if I remember correctly, is here. Yep. Alright, we are going in. 2 minutes. I've got 2 minutes to wrap this up. Oh, great. 2 seconds to get just ruined here. Oh, I forget. I'm supposed to, like, knock this guy into the lava here. Right? Like, that's what I'm supposed to do? Yeah. Ah, that's so depressing. Minute 35, and I just blew it. And I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking at, like, 2 different screens right now, so it's really, really confusing, to be honest. Yeah, sorry. Alright, well, at least we started the checkpoint. So I have to deal with all of that nonsense again. So that's great. Not making that same mistake on the first one. We're gonna go down here. I'm tiny anyways, so I don't know why anyone would want to pick on me, but, you know, some people do. There we go. We're alive here. And I went ahead and died. And that's, again, I am doing a, like, multitasking. This is terrible. It's just not meant to happen here. I've got 46 seconds or less here to get through this. Yeah, we're gonna call it. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Okay. It's cool. So I've got 34 seconds. Should I push for it? We're gonna push for it. 30 seconds to complete this thing. It's not gonna happen. I'm gonna burn through. I love how they like put those like, oh, should you have thought about it? Maybe not. There we go. We're gonna hide ourselves in here. I got 16 seconds before we go live. I may bleed over a little bit. Don't feel bad if I do. That was totally my power-up I needed. Lost that moment. It's fine. We're gonna run across. Not get squished. Yep, no power-up for me. And I'm at the end, guys. Alright. Well, that's depressing. Don't worry, we'll bring it back a little bit tomorrow before I bring in my guest. So we're gonna go live, gentlemen. If you have anybody to share, now is your chance to do it. We are going live right now. This is the spiritual war.
I feel the rain on my skin. I hear my heart beating within. I feel the spirit in the wind. This is the spiritual war. Bigger than what I see in front of me. Deeper than the valleys below my feet. I'm in between 2 worlds that meet. This is a spiritual war. This is a spiritual war. Everybody's choosing sides, trying hard to justify. They lock the doors and stay inside. This is a spiritual war. It's not against flesh or blood. One heart, one mind, one love. It's time to rise up with the sun. This is a spiritual war. 'Cause it's a spiritual war. This is a spiritual war. This is a spiritual war. whack. Ain't nobody got the time to listen to the truth they said, cause all the truth they fed is manipulated, jaded, and fake. The world's got a lot of things to offer if I only bow down and give myself a profit. I see the diamonds, gold, and all these fancy dollars, and whatever else they try to cough up, all just to keep me locked up. But I ain't gon' run with it, I ain't gon' talk like them, I ain't gon' play around sitting singing songs with them. I ain't gon' live like that, in the pit of hell with my so-called baller hat. I ain't gon' do that, I'ma play the game different, ain't no shame with it. I'ma win with no chains on me, holding on to victory as I walk in peace. I talk with authority, knowing who I am and it ain't boring me.
Feeling a change coming. I'm feeling a change coming. Right here, I'm feeling a change. I'm feeling a change all around me. No doubt, I'm feeling a change. I'm feeling a change running down me. Been a long time coming, long time coming.
All right, we are live. Let me know, guys, if you hear me out there. We are coming to you live. It's a little bit of a different format here. We had some fun earlier. If you were here 15 minutes ago, actually it's now been a little bit longer, we were playing some Super Mario World, so that was fun. I've kind of just decided that during the lobby time, like, it's so awkward to just put in just a straight countdown, so we had that going on. But today is going to be cool. Currently, I am actually broadcasting live across 7 platforms. We are on Instagram right now, so that's fun. And that is what today's episode is about, Instagram. There's quite a bit of things to talk about, because I think for a lot of people who are looking to stream, I know for churches in particular, if you are looking to stream Instagram, there are some considerations that, obviously the technical side, like how do you do it? And we'll talk about that. But there's also some other considerations that you may not factor in, which is, kind of critical, like, should you? So that's the big one. So, again, welcome to the podcast. This is the LeCape Livestream podcast. Let's jump right into it. We are going to talk about how to use OBS to get into Instagram. Now, there's a few things to keep in mind. Tomorrow, we will be having on Alex Lyons. He's going to be discussing his podcast, so join us there tomorrow night at 9 p.m. And he's also going to be talking about what he does. And every weekday, we're doing this at 9 p.m., covering different topics. So tomorrow is a little bit different. We're going to be doing a live interview, but we're going to be bringing in people. And to me, it's always testing. We want to show what you can do through different pieces of software. So that's what this is. So let's dive right in. With that, let us talk about OBS and live streaming. There's some pros and cons to this whole thing called OBS and Instagram. Let's just break it down. Yellow Duck, that is what we are using right now to go live, is Yellow Duck. So some of you are like, thank you, all right, I'll go find a tutorial, but pause for a second before you do that, because I want to talk to you guys about something that's actually more important than just the software to do it. It's there, like, you can make it happen. And several major, big churches are doing it. But let's break down a couple things that you need to keep in mind. One is you're reformatting the broadcast. Even me, I changed up the format of my slides, and I bet you if you hop on Instagram right now, they are, again, not exactly the way they should be. So that's annoying. But again, there's hard crops taking place. And the nice thing is it does it automatically, but the bad thing is you have to really keep in mind that you literally have a narrow window of information available. So basically you're seeing just me on Instagram. The second is the potential for failure. And this is for a variety of topics. The potential to have failure stems from the fact that you are, there's nowhere to break this down other than to say you're doing stuff that, Instagram doesn't like. And you're doing stuff that can basically break on the fly. You can have, I love the chicken and the egg emoji. That precisely describes the problem here. But yes, Yellow Duck is the tool you can use to get it there. But then the potential failure, like if you embrace failure, that is another good point. But again, you know, if you're in a mission critical setting, you got to really consider, is breaking it worth the loss of viewership? We had moments, again, like every other church that was struggling to realize that Facebook really started enforcing its upload standards. And so like we would have moments where 20 minutes in, Facebook would just be like, all right, we're going to stop you right there. That moment can happen on your stream, which means everybody on that audience, gratefully there were plenty of moderators who just directed them onto YouTube, which again has been the most solid platform for us, and we were fine. But then there are these other moments where they're not. So potential failure is another one. You are hacking private APIs. Why does that matter? Why does hacking private APIs matter? Well, for those who aren't in the Instagram space, you're going to hear a bunch of terms. For those who are, you will remember these terms from in the news. Let's talk about bots for likes, shares, and follows. Remember those? Those were so great. Remember when Justin Bieber lost like 3 million likes or 3 million followers from his Instagram account just mysteriously? Yeah, that's when the algorithm says, those are not real people. Or you paid for those. We know that all of those users that you got are fake. So Instagram said, you know what, this is bogus. You have people who are just literally able to pay for likes and follows, and then they become an influencer by paying. So they said, enough of that, you gotta actually produce good content. Kind of a good idea, you know? Hacking sounds like a good podcast topic. That's what this podcast is always about. We are literally making stuff in real time. So this example of hacking a private API, if you don't remember what happened with the bots, likes, shares, and follows, everybody, there's the term shadow ban. Go and look it up, because you can actually check if you've been shadow banned. And that's basically Instagram's way of saying, you know, you're doing something bogus. We don't like the fact that you're breaking our terms of service, so we're gonna go ahead and just make you disappear. And your engagement, which was like killing it at like probably, you know, hundreds of likes, you know, or hundreds of hearts, thousands of hearts, suddenly gets down to a trickle, and you're like, what's wrong with that? And then you have to do this thing to try and figure out how to undo the damage that you've done, you know, erasing all of your steps. It's a painful process. So that is why I say, again, it's not a safe thing to do. So to break it down, I'm going to have you jump on, you know, I don't want you to hop out of Facebook and into Instagram, because honestly, I'm not actually paying attention to it, but that is where this live stream is getting hit right now. I'm actually looking at it right now, and you can already see even a formatting issue that's happening right now. Even right now on YouTube, this is about the length of text we're dealing with. And again, it's like down to here. But we are live. 2 people are checking it out. So thank you guys for jumping on. One of them is me. I just put in a smiley face. No, but this is again the issue that you run into is the fact that again formatting issues are there, and you can get in trouble. So you have to really think again when you're doing Instagram. The tools are there, and it's a short-term gain, but it could potentially be a long-term loss. You can run into glitches that are happening on your feed. You can run into other sorts of issues. So you got to really be mindful and watch out for that. The other thing to remember is, again, it's a short-term gain, long-term loss. So if Instagram decides, you know what, you're doing something bad, I'm going to stop you, they can. And you have nothing you can say about it. And if they did it to Justin Bieber, if they did it to Taylor Swift and all the major artists out there, what's to stop them from, you know, and again, those are when machine learning was kind of getting itself figured out. What's to stop them now? It's just like, oh, I have 20,000 users who are using this. Time to turn it off. And they change the way that it's sent out. All they need to do is just literally create a custom way to do it. And if you've been following some of our prior, prior videos here, we've discussed using Restream, we've discussed using OBS. And even methods like this, you'll see it on churches and other things, or other organizations that are leveraging this. Video game streamers were doing this too for years. You reformat what you're doing. On OBS, you would create 2 different separate instances. One that's going out to, going to a restreaming service. A second that's going to Instagram only and has reformatted your appearances. But, again, it's a lot of effort into there. And you also have to think too, like long-term users, are they really going to be sitting on Instagram watching live content going through, over 60 minutes. You know, I know for me, like I'll hang on 30 minutes, 45, you know, if there's great content that keeps coming out. So again, it's not just the fact that you can do it, it's the why are you doing it factor. Now, if you're doing moments that are, again, short and sweet, I think it's a great platform. Again, people sit there, but long term, you know, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Mixer, Twitter, plenty of good reasons to, you know, hop on other platforms. Now, if your demographic, however, is younger and they think that Facebook's of the devil, well then, you know, or older and they think that Facebook's of the devil, or, you know, pretty much any age and they think that it's of the devil, then maybe, you know, Instagram is a better way, but there's still Facebook. So I don't know what to tell you there. So as far as the how to do it part, you know, it's as simple as downloading Yellow Duck, following the instructions and making it work. For my setup here, it is a bit of a hack, and I had to actually restart my stream because, again, we talked about, and if I hop back my slides, we talked about potential failure when you notice that it actually is not streaming to that service and it's part of your highlight for tonight. Kind of need to actually stop the stream. Gratefully, again, I was on a video game lobby, which will probably, maybe I'll rejoin that, you know, and do a video game lobby while I'm doing Ask Me Anything. But yeah, those are kind of my thoughts on it. And it's the same thing when it comes to licensing, like licensing music, licensing media. Why that is actually very important. For many, they're just like, why do I need to do that? And there's actually a simple, you know, reason to do that. Because if you screw it up, then, you know, your stuff gets taken down. You can get lawsuits. The list goes on and on of why you want to be operating under best practices. If you are a business and you're on this, no, we got no excuses. Like you are asking for trouble, and they don't care if you've only done. You're like, I only had 2 people watching, you know, or I only had 3 views on YouTube. Like, people are hungry; they will look for people to sue. So, those are kind of my thoughts on it, and I want to open it up because I know I've got a couple people who have been jumping in. You know, talk to me, you know, about some scenarios, and this is kind of a little bit of a, you know, we'll talk about an AMA here moment here. Talk to me, guys, about what it is that you guys are looking to do. And again, I'm paying attention here on Facebook, YouTube, those channels. If you guys are on those, on the LeCape, or, you know, watch parties. Another funny thing, does not actually let me see your comments. So if you're on it, it's kind of more of a private hangout. So, you know, if you guys are really loving it and you're talking, I don't see any of it, and it kind of makes me sad. But yeah, go ahead and tell me, like, if there's any, you know, sort of scenarios that you'd like to see us go ahead and do, and, you know, bounce that into the comments here. And while you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and give us back some video game time while we're doing this, because gosh darn it, that's fun. So we're going to, you know, I'm going to go off for a second on our video, still be talking to you, and we'll make that quick transition. We'll be right back with some video games and Ask Me Anything, because, you know, it's more interesting watching a, you know, an emoji than it is to me. So here we go. And I'm still on. Don't think that I forgot you. I still care about you. We are going to go ahead and hop on here. So bear with me here while we do our Ask Me Anything section here. All right, and we are about to bounce live here on the video games and Ask Me Anything. Why? Because it's fun to do that. So bear with me for just a second. There we go. Now we're live. Sorry, guys. Switching out between video games and non-video games is a very difficult process. But yeah, ask me anything, guys. What are some examples of moments that you guys have had to deal with Instagram or with OBS while I sit here and play video games with a Mario player? Look at that. I got the mushroom and everything. Waiting on you guys. Oh, that was just... Woo! You like that? I survived. Yes. Very nice. Very nice. That was what we were aiming for. But I'm in trouble now. It sounds like a good practice to have one person per stream to monitor for problems. That is correct. You want to have one person monitoring because just like this, if all I'm paying attention to is a video game screen and not actually communicating with your guys' questions, well, you see how bad things happen. Here we are restarting. It actually is more, not just one person, I would say one device that's focused on it. There's some ways that you can get around it. If you have, again, the gear, and you've got multiple computers, taking a stream from one of the computers and putting it in there is one way to deal with that. So there's ways that you can kind of make it work for you. But, again, it's best when you have a completely finished off feed. Like if you're doing everything from a black magic, you're in a really good place to be. There we go. Dude, it took that long. That's so sad. Any other questions here, guys, before we hop off? Appreciate you guys for jumping in. And as you can tell, I've got a nice Mario-themed question or comment section from a Facebook user who's not willing to share their name. All right, we're gonna ride off into the sunset, ladies and gentlemen. It's hard for you to hear me atop the explosions of audio here. But anyways, gentlemen, grateful for all you guys who have jumped on board. And look for us again tomorrow at 9 o'clock. We're going to be going live. We are actually going to be doing a lot of these kind of interview segments here, where we're pulling in people. Tomorrow is, like I said, Alex Lyons will be on. And then we have, we're pulling in some worship leaders. We're pulling in some executive pastors here, really to just discuss their experiences through this whole transition into live. I know this channel deals heavily with, how to manage streaming. We've discussed OBS, we've discussed restreaming, like doing multicasting, where you are literally, communicating with multiple different services. We've discussed all those different parts. But again, microphone audio keeps breaking up. Yeah, hopefully it's getting a bit better here. That's the danger of, again, doing this way. The current setup I've got is not ideal, to be honest. The fact that I'm having to, again, hit the point where Amazon doesn't deliver and I'm having to do Instagram, well, or not Instagram, but having to basically hop on using is another problem. Oh, see, I messed it up. I'm not going to get props now. Well, guys, it's been great. Again, join us here every weekday in April at 9 p.m. Central. We'll be here live tomorrow. I'm trying on my voice. That's why no one's talking. All right, there we go. That's why no one was wanting to talk to me. That's what I get for basically, again, leveraging multiple technologies in real time. Apologies for that, but yeah, if you guys have any other questions here, shoot them out. I'm giving myself until 9:30 here to write this questions on how I got Instagram working here, formatting ideas for if you're utilizing it for your own channel, etc., etc., etc. I know I totally wasted it on that. I'm not getting that back. Well, that's sad. Well, anyway, guys, pleasure joining you guys. Again, 9 p.m. I will see you guys there. And that's it. We're done. We're done with this. I've been streaming and talking too much. But yeah, guys, thank you again for joining us. Throw a like and a heart if you guys enjoyed your time here on the channel. And if you guys have a video game suggestion, I heard Street Fighter was one of them. But if you have a video game suggestion for tomorrow, I'm doing Nintendo Switch Classic. So take care, guys. Be safe. Actually, it's hilarious. Every night I've been making a point of actually praying before we end, because this has been initially for churches only. We will expand this into businesses and other things, but right now, you know, waiting for the churches to dominate. But we're going to pray with an emoji, so this is really weird. But Father God, we thank you so much for everyone who's joined us on this live stream. Pray that you would bless each and every one of them, help them to, again, continue, Lord, in this process, Lord, for those who have reached their wits' end for whatever reason, whether it's, again, the pressures of being at home, the pressures of trying to translate their lives. I pray that you would give them, Lord, grace and peace. I know, Lord, for your people, that is something that is critical. So I pray, Lord, for each person who is within the sound of my voice, God, that you would touch their hearts. For your people, I pray that you empower them to be a light and a solution and a help to the world. For those who don't know you, help them to find you, God. Thank you, Lord, for tonight. Have a great night. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, guys. Good talking with you guys. I will see you 9 p.m.